My ant's head fell off. I don't know if somebody pulled it off or it just rusted and tipped off, but in the end, it was off. I wasn't sure if I could fix it or not. You see, the bottom of it was paper thin, and when I tipped the head over, I looked at it and it was full of holes. I really had no idea whether or not I could weld it on or not. I turned my welder down to the absolute lowest setting. As I would touch it and start to weld, more and more of the ant head flake off. With a very light touch, I gradually just started building up around the neck and then heating up from the neck out until it bonded with the head but didn't melt. I would build up the molten metal from the neck and push it out into the thin folds of metal, and after a while I was eventually able to get it to stay on. I'm sure I could probably take the head and wrench it back off, but for now it's on and it seems to stay on. Honestly, I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to even attempt fixing this or not. It was totally rusty. First I wanted to see if I could put the head on, and even if I did that, did I really want to tape it off and do all the painting and scraping and work? It was kind of a let's toss it or not quick test. It is an absolute hideous weld underneath, but it's just super thin. But nobody is going to be looking at it this way. They're going to be looking at it this way. You could use with a coat of paint though, I will say that. Well, once I had the head on, I decided I could at least throw a coat of paint on. Alright, I threw some red paint on that I had at hand, but clearly that is way too red. I toned the toolbox red down with, I believe, colonial red. I'm not too fussed about this paint sticking or whatever, but I might as well clean up a little bit of this rust before I paint it. I didn't bother doing that with the red, but now that I'm into this, I might as well do it properly, or a little bit closer to properly. Once I decided to do it right, I decided to involve a little bit of sanding. I didn't go back and sand the body, but the parts that I hadn't painted yet, I decided to sand. I grabbed my drill and I grabbed some of these brass brushes and started to do at least a little light sanding to help that paint adhere and to knock any big flakes off. I'll paint this black and I'll paint this green, but first I'm gonna prime the whole thing. But I just realized if I want to preserve this red, which I do, then I need to go get some painter's tape and cover that up. Maybe there's some tips and tricks that you guys know, but for me, it took forever to get the tape on, took forever to get the tape off. But finally, I was done. Or so I thought. I thought it was a beautiful black and red ant with a green basket, called it a win. And then my wife remembered that the body of the bike used to be purple.
Yeah, this bike was purple. And then you can see its little legs and stuff a little better because the bike was purple. But I think the wheels were black, but the bike was purple.
Gotcha. Well, I could have done that, but I didn't realize.
I didn't realize.
You're probably good to go. But we were not good to go. I aimed to please, and every day when I came home and I saw the ant in the front yard without the purple on it, it bothered me. So I got after it. More taping! Oh, I have now put an excessive amount of painter's tape on here. And we're gonna change that bike frame from black to purple. We're deliberately going to do these spokes as purple too. That'll be kind of fun. And then we'll see how this turns out. Again. Used a lot of painter's tape. But hopefully it'll be cute. Oh, there it is, baby. What do you think?
Oh, it looks so cute. It looks way better that way. It just gives it more like depth, you know?
Yeah.
Don't you think it looks so cute?
Yeah, it was too much black. You were right. Everything just blended in. You couldn't see his little legs or anything. I clear coated the whole thing, restored. Let me know what you think. Was this ant worth restoring?